Welcome back. Well, you make a list, you check it twice, and then you check it a few more times, never really seeming to chip away at it. Today, Laura Souders is back with us to help us get it together, and we're learning how to create better to-do lists, and yes, that is a thing. So we want to start with getting basic. Why are to-do lists necessary? At least we think they are, and then helpful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You and I both love these to-do lists,
yes.
and you're a crosser-offer.
Me too. I cross it off. I don't check it off. I want to not see it anymore.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's done. So
Yeah.
the reason they're important is because we have all this stuff in our head we're trying to remember. So it's getting the clutter out of your head, and then the first step to actually getting those projects done.
So you like to declutter the house. Now we're decluttering our head too.
Yes,
and I think that
too.
does make a difference. So how can we do it efficiently?
You want to get just one notepad. I've seen so many things, people writing on the backs of envelopes, little scraps of paper, and then they can't find the list.
Correct.
So whether you use an app on your phone, you use a whiteboard like you had told me, or if you use a to-do list on a clipboard or in your own little notebook, just designate one spot that you're going to have that list.
One list.
You know where to look for it.
And that way it's all organized. Then we have to break it down, you say. So what do you mean by that?
So as we're brainstorming and coming up with what should we put on this list, I like to break it down to kind of think about my to-do list. I put it in home on one side, business the other, and then any long-term projects, I can kind of move them. I'll put them on a little sticky here, and I can move them because they're not anything that's important right now. They're not a priority. I just need to remember them.
Yeah, and some of them may sit on there for a while. That's okay, but in terms of kind of how we jot down these tasks, maybe there is a better way to do it?
Right. A lot of times people put something like office or garage. That's on their list to do.
What does that mean?
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's a vague goal, and we know when we put that down that we mean organize that space or whatever. But it's so much, it just keeps getting moved and moved and moved. You don't want to do it. Break it down into little action goals that you can do, little steps, chunks. Like maybe with the office we want to organize it, but maybe we could start with getting rid of the books and magazines we don't need anymore, or pulling out, purging old client files, something like that. So we might not have all day to do that task, but we have 20 minutes here or 30 minutes here to start and chip away at it.
It may take a week or the month to get the office done. But when you do those little things, it can really help you organize, and even organize in your mind, and then prioritize. You mentioned that too, so that's a big one.
That's a big one.
Maybe the whole key to it all.
It is, because we start writing sometimes when you're brainstorming, you're just writing everything down, and so you may get a list that's really long. We don't want that long list because it's going to be overwhelming too. So try to stay between 5 and 10, no more than 10 things to do on your list that are actually things you want to tackle right away and not long term. But then start going through them, and I just put a number. Which one needs to be done first? Looking at my calendar, is there a priority, a timeline that I need to do this? And so I just organize them like that so that I can start attacking those first.
Sounds good. I did taxes today. That's done. It's off my list now.
It's off your list.
But that's a priority this time of year, things like that. So it's getting specific, right?
It's getting specific. Do those, say what it is that you're going to do. Use those action words, the verbs. And then after that, the most important step is either doing it on your phone, putting it in your phone, or on a calendar. You need to schedule time to do these things. Look at your schedule and say, this day isn't going to work. Let me see when it will. Because if you don't put it in there, it's never going to work. You'll do it someday.
And then finally you can cross it off. Laura, thanks so much.
You can cross it off.
Appreciate your time today. Absolutely. Stay with us. We're coming back.